One of the stars of Avengers Doomsday, specifically Nightcrawler himself, recently revealed some of the problems that Marvel Studios has producing films and why some of their bigger films, shot in a secretive way, look like absolute garbage with green screen and blue screen everywhere because, that's how they shoot these films these days. So he said, I didn't even know what I was doing, who I was talking to, or what was going on. I just did it and I'm not even sure what I did. So yeah, Avengers Doomsday star and Nightcrawler himself, Alan Cumming, was recently doing more rounds talking about what's going on with, of course, his career, coming back as Nightcrawler, and he talked a little bit about how he let a spoiler get out there about him fighting Mr. Fantastic, and that was earlier in the year. And then he was asked to elaborate a little bit more on the process of shooting this thing. And, well, what he said has drawn him a lot of attention, criticism from fans, backlash from fans, and support from fans, such as myself. I'll talk about that why. Because he said, and I quote, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen, face replacements. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. End quote. So this has gotten a lot of positive and negative buzz. First and foremost, we know that Marvel Studios is working on these projects in the same stupid way that J.J. Abrams loves to do the mystery box. You can't know what's in this because it's a mystery. Everything is secret, guys. Ooh. And it's the absolute dumbest thing in history because everything leaks because you guys can't control it because guess what? These products are made to sell action figures and everything leaks. So why they do this is beyond me. But also, notice how these projects, specifically the Avengers films, from Avengers 1 shooting on real locations, to Age of Ultron partial real locations, to Infinity War, Endgame, and now Doomsday are all on giant lots or giant green screen and blue screens where nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's acting opposed to body doubles or characters they don't know, sometimes doing fake scenes for days on end because they don't want spoilers to leak. So him talking about not knowing what's going on makes sense. Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you guys understand? And before this gets me backlash, I love Infinity War. I love Endgame. But guys, can we admit that those films have flaws, especially in terms of CG, just like Deadpool and Wolverine? That entire bus sequence looks bad because they wanted to shoot everything in secret and tossed in tons of CG. The third act of Endgame, where they shot different actors all in different locations and then stitched it all together, it caused errors. It looks fake. It has that background constantly blurred out that looks like Unreal Engine. And it doesn't help that the MCU has lost all its soul and color. Go look at the first Avengers and then Age of Ultron to an extent and notice how they just get bleaker looking and darker and devoid of color. It doesn't help when that's the filmmaking process and everything's shot on different blue and green screens and everybody's apart. Do you guys remember when they were doing interviews for Multiverse of Madness and all the actors in the Illuminati said they had no idea who they were talking to, who they were standing next to, or what even the dialogue was, because nobody was in the room together? Like, the Marvel Studios mystery box that keeps secrets is so awful that it reflects in the final product. And again, I will call this company out and these products out when they look bad and handle things badly. As opposed to look at what they're doing, specifically how smart Sony is, with Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I can't believe I'm calling Sony smart. But hey guys, we're shooting the new Spider-Man. Screw it. Here's a reveal of the suit. Hey, we're going to actually share some of these leaked set photos. Screw it. And also videos. Why not? That's so smart. Because now you control the narrative. Who cares if it leaks what Doctor Doom's costume looks like, as long as he's in front of something tangible, a real castle, a real rock? Instead, no, you're going to have Robert Downey Jr. in a mocap suit holding a potato that's then going to be a CG suit on a CG background, and the potato turns into a mask or a MacGuffin. And then they're going to wonder why some of the CG looks bad and everything looks artificial. Alan Cumming is calling out the problem with the MCU today, and that's the over-reliance on everything being CG, and then everybody wonders, how did the budget balloon to $600-700 million? Because you shot everything on CG, and then you had to reshoot everything again when you mandated more reshoots because, hey, this didn't work out. We know Marvel Studios is going to do reshoots. We know that they already delayed the film substantially. We know that they hired back a fired writer because the script wasn't working. There's already so many issues. The last thing you should be doing is going, you know what, let's just shoot everybody separately and then stitch everything together. Which I guess brings me to the next part of this. And we've heard that there's been problems with CG houses and the people that Marvel Studios work with because they keep so many secrets that the way they produce these things is they get handed footage and get told what to do. And then while they're working on it, Marvel Studios and Disney will show up, check what they got, and go, you guys got to change this. And also, we got to enter this into the equation now. And it's like a whole new character and a completely new subplot. And they're like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, just work with it. You're lucky. We gave you all the assets. You got all the green screen assets. And here's the early Unreal Engine looking backgrounds you got to staple together. And it shows in the quality. And again, trust me, I know some of these films have issues. Multiverse of Madness is in my top 5 MCU films, okay? I love Sam Raimi. I love what he did with that film. But I can call out all the instances and issues in that film that clearly show issues and problems during production. And yeah, much of that is blamed on the pandemic. We know, because they had to shoot in isolation, just like Spider-Man No Way Home. But their continuous effort to try to be so secretive, to hide everything, is literally ruining the end product. It literally is. You can see it. And we can see that in other random products and other products that we've just seen in the last couple of years. Deadpool and Wolverine, they had to be so secretive about all the actors that they were bringing back that that film has 3 locations for the majority of the film. And multiple characters that weren't even on set during specific battles because, hey, we got to keep this a secret. Or, hey, this character, they got to be in this dingy little room talking in secret that we built on the back lot somewhere, and we shuffled everybody in secret so nothing can be revealed. It doesn't help the films at all. It makes them look cheap, and it hurts the end product. They really got to figure out how to fix this, because that's the biggest issue I'm convinced with Marvel Studios today. The fact that they rely so much on secrecy and then doing everything in post-production that it's removed some of the elements of tangible believability. Remember when Iron Man would be on sets with suits and they look good? Now it's just overly CG and nanotech everywhere and it looks like garbage. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.